Hey everybody, it's Jo. Thank you so much for tuning in. Today I'm going to tell you a little bit about my own story in hopes that it may help you with yours. A line that I hear over and over again, whether it's online, in support groups, in person, is I don't want to go to the police, or I didn't report it, or I don't want to report it because I don't want to ruin his or her life. I think that is one of the most common possible reactions when we're talking about our abusers being people that we know, which is generally the case. Most cases of sexual assault, sexual abuse, and domestic violence are crimes perpetrated by those we know. These are people who have violated our love and our trust. Even so, the first inclination is not to do the same to them in many cases. I know in my case it wasn't. In my own case, I did decide to go to the police after 2 weeks. Please do not take this video as me stating that you should go to the police or that you shouldn't go to the police. This is your decision and no one else's. But for those 2 weeks, all I could think was, I can't ruin his life. That line kept ricocheting around my brain. I don't want to ruin his life. I don't want to ruin his life. I don't want to ruin his life. I can't ruin his life. I can't do that to him. I can't be responsible for ruining his future. And to be honest with you, for a solid 6 months after that, all I thought was, oh my God, have I ruined his life? Being years away from my own trauma and having gone through a significant amount of counseling, hearing stories of people who are a month out or a couple weeks out or a couple months out, hearing them say, I don't want to ruin his life or I don't want to ruin her life by reporting this or by bringing it up or by telling people, just breaks my heart, because I so understand that impulse. I truly, truly do, because it's all that I could think. But what I eventually came to realize in my own story anyways, I was not doing anything to him by stating the truth. I was not doing anything to him by reporting the facts. I was not doing anything to him by saying, you raped me. He had done something to me. That is simply the truth. I just wanted to take a few minutes today to tell you that if you do decide to speak up, if you do decide to break the silence, if you decide to report it to the police or not, if you just tell friends, if you tell your family, if you tell anyone, you are not ruining your abuser's life. You are not doing anything to them. They have done something horrible to you, and you have every right to state the truth. As human beings, we have a right to state the truth. They don't have a right to violate your body and your soul and your mind. What they've done is wrong. What you are doing, if you choose to say something, is not wrong. If you choose to speak up, that is a giant leap towards the beginning of recovery. I know that this is the most confusing, imaginable situation. I know that words don't begin to encompass that, but I just want to encourage you. Speaking up and saying something in whatever fashion you decide is right for you is not ruining their lives. What they've done to you is violence, is trauma, is a crime, and is evil. They need to stand up and face that. I can't encourage you enough to share your own story with people you feel are safe. Silence is a killer. I know for a fact that I would not have survived had I not first told my brother, and then my best friend, and then others after that. The reason for that is because in silence, lies grow. You know, the ones that tell you that this is all your fault, you caused this, you're worthless, this was probably a misunderstanding. You know what, he or she has damage in their past, and you should really just understand that. No one would miss you, you might as well just die. Those things are not the truth, but in silence, they become the truth. At least I know for me, they did. I had to speak those things out. I had to seek help, otherwise I was going to drown. I would really encourage you to talk to people. There are a lot of support groups and online resources if you don't feel comfortable talking to people in person. You can message me. I would love to talk to you and hear your story. If there are people in your life who you think you can trust, talk to them. You need support for what you're going through. My heart sincerely goes out to everything that you're going through right now. I've been there. I know what it feels like, and I know that it feels like sometimes this will never end. This darkness and confusion and pain are insurmountable, but they're not. If you can just keep holding on and keep fighting for life, it does get better. I'm here to help. My name is Jo Beckwith. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for staying alive. You are truly amazing, and I look forward to seeing you next time.